ਵੈਲਕਮ ਬੈਕ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ-ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹਾਂ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਉਹ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਾਪਾਕੁਰਾ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਟੀਮ ਤੋਂ ਕੈਲਵਨ ਅਤੇ ਜੇਨ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਇਵੈਂਟਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਕਸਰ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਡਾਇਸਪੋਰਾ ਜਾਂ ਸਾਊਥ ਈਸਟ ਏਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੈਨ ਅਤੇ ਕੈਲਵਨ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਇੱਕ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਰੈਪੂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਇਮ ਰੱਖਿਆ। ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਇਸ ਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਲ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਕਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪਾਪਾਕੁਰਾ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਟੀਮ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਹ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਨੇ। Welcome to the show, Kelvin and Jane.
Thank you.
Nice to have you this morning, actually. Sat Sri Akal. I hope you are doing well and your campaign really doing well.
It's hard work.
Yeah. Always.
But it's good. We're quite enjoying it.
So tell us about yourself, Kelvin. I think we should go ladies first.
Definitely.
Jen, tell us more about yourself, looking at your eyes and listening to your accent. I can see where you're from, but tell us more about it.
I was born in Lambeth in London.
Okay.
And
which part of London?
So it's on the south bank of the Thames is St Thomas's Hospital. And that's it's facing the House of Parliament.
Wonderful.
So right in the middle there. Yeah.
Wonderful. And when did you migrate to New Zealand?
I came a bit of a long way round because I left England when I was 20.
Yes.
Worked in Paris for 2 years, which was great fun.
Lucky you.
I was trained as a children's nurse. So I worked as a nanny for a couple of years in Paris.
Wonderful.
Then I went to Australia for about 11 and a half years, got married to a Kiwi.
Wonderful.
We had our first child in Australia and then we moved back here. And I've been here for about 37 years, I think. And my son was born
here. And what brings you into the community service or politics, whatever you like?
Something I've always done. So I was a nurse, I was a nanny.
It's a very missionary profession.
Yeah. And then I worked in a certain politician's office for nearly 14 years. So always had jobs within the community.
Wonderful. Yeah. And how about you, Kelvin?
Oh, well, look...
I mean, you've been all over the place, actually.
Yeah,
we never know who you are, where you're from.
No.
Where did you born?
I have many hats. I was born a stone's throw from your studio here, over here at Middlemore.
Yes.
And lived most of my life in and around Papakura, Kaukai Bay, Clevedon, Papatoe. Grew up in early life.
Beautiful part of this country.
Beautiful part of the country. And I spent a long time travelling overseas. Okay. Looking at and seeing various
I hope you
cultures.
Explore and learn too many things from the other people of the world.
Yeah, and then came back here and realised how wonderful our city of Auckland was.
Yep.
And I've been heavily involved, my family are heavily involved in the community. Their lives are spent, and still now, are spent in the voluntary service of the community.
Okay.
Mainly in theatre and the arts. And myself, I've spent many hours with working with the community and in the community. So I'm chair of the Conifer Grove Residents Association. So I do a lot of work in and around our Takahanini's area. In Conifer Grove, and I'm also many will know I'm former president of the Totra Park Mountain Bike Club. So I spend a lot of my time digging and planting trees.
They're doing well.
Yeah, and
I noticed that.
Yeah. We get a lot of the community up there riding. So it's beautiful part of our area.
Tell us more about the demography of your area, because I can see this area is a melting pot as well. And you're from England, and you can feel the same spices in the food when you came all over the.
Absolutely, yeah. And the great thing about Papakura and Takanini is it's so multicultural.
Yes,
which I love, because obviously having travelled. Having lived in different countries, but travelled in a lot of countries as well.
Excellent.
It's great to see the mix of people that we have. And of course, we have our huge Sikh community. in Takanini, which is lovely. And there's
Yes,
lots of
even in
other
Papakura.
small-
We
and
have
Papakura as well.
Papakura,
2 Sikh temples in Papakura as
Yeah.
well.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which we visited many a time, and,
Yes.
and spent some great afternoons there, washing the pots, and
Yes.
doing a little bit of serving in the kitchen.
Why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
it's
You are
been-
part of the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell us more about your past experience when you actually ran a campaign and you contest from there, you become a winner from there, and how was your
Yeah.
performance there?
It's really interesting because this is my third campaign.
Yes.
So I've been 6 years on the Papakura local board as the deputy chair.
Challenging?
Very challenging at times.
Uh-huh.
This campaign is very different from the last two.
Okay.
There's a lot of very, very dirty politics involved with this one. A lot of misinformation is being put out.
Okay. Give us a few examples.
A big example is pamphlets that are going out saying we are going to sell the parks. It's a nonsense.
Which is not true.
It's not true.
That's
And
impossible.
local boards cannot sell
And parks are our lifeline anyway.
Absolutely. In fact, we've got more parks that come on board as we get new.
And you maintain
housing
it so well.
developments.
Yeah.
We try.
We try.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to try and keep
Oh,
them
of course.
up to
Yeah.
standard.
Of course.
That's expected.
And of course, we need a lot of resources to do that. But as long as you try your best, I'm with
That's
you.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very sad that some of the community don't appreciate some of the parks, though. They use them as dumping
Because they
grounds.
don't go out there. This is a matter of unfortunate to me.
Yeah.
If you're paying the rates, I think you should go there. You should involve
do
yourself in the
something.
recreation
Yes, correct.
activities with the family and your
Absolutely.
Yeah.
young ones. This is about time when people actually always complaining about the mental health issues after COVID.
Yep.
I think we should do more outdoor activities, and there are opportunities and facilities out there.
We've got
Exactly.
some beautiful parks around
Yes.
the area. Some
Yes.
really lovely ones.
And tell us more about the homeless people and the dogs out there, and how do you going
This
to
is the
protect?
man that can tell you
Yeah,
about
how
dogs.
do you
the
protect
dogs.
your people from?
The other
You know-
morning at 2 a.m. or about 12 o'clock Tuesday night,
Okay.
I got a call from concerned resident who has done a lot of patrolling
Yes.
with myself in the past. And so we're out at 2 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
following some roaming dogs around. Luckily,
That's a big issue.
it's a big issue.
Huge.
Luckily, they weren't as aggressive as dogs that I have seen in the past, where the council is putting considerable sums of money into more resources in this animal management front.
Yeah, so you can't just leave it on SPCA.
No,
you have to have your own
no.
resources.
You have to have the SPCA looks after the humanity of the dogs
of
more
course.
so,
Yeah.
whereas the animal management look after the compliance side.
Yeah.
And roaming dogs is a compliance. Aggressive dogs is a compliance
Yes.
issue. And so we're putting council are putting more officers
Yep.
on the in vehicles on the ground. We're seeing them a lot more regularly.
Okay.
So unfortunately, having to expand the size of the dog pounds to take into account the number of dogs
Okay.
that are being removed from society or from the community. So it's a very unfortunate situation, but it is getting better, thankfully.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, Jane, I would love to ask you about the inclusiveness. When we come to the inclusiveness of the society, how will you ensure that every part of our community, youth, migrants, seniors, has their voice heard in the council decisions?
Okay. Well, if you take our work program, we incorporate all those areas within our work program.
Okay.
So there's quite a lot to do with children and
Okay.
youth.
Okay.
We try and get them involved. And of course, we do have the Youth Council.
Mhm.
So from 14 years of age until
24.
24,
That's
Okay.
there's a
Rangatahi.
Youth Council for Rangatahi.
Yep.
And they put their views forward
Okay.
and what they would like to see in the community. And we try and get that put into place in the work program.
Wonderful.
And if we go back to parks and things, we try and incorporate play equipment for multi-generational. So it's not just baby swings.
For the oldies as well.
For the oldies as well, because their health is very important. Not being a youngster and a spring chicken myself, I understand that.
Even when we look at park design, we're looking at seating so that parents and grandparents can sit close and watch their children,
of course,
playing. We also, a lot of work's going into improving facilities and extending facilities like Bruce Pullman Park, where we have a 4.5 kilometre path all the way around. The usage on that, and particularly from the Punjabi community, is amazing. It is great to see. Every morning and afternoon, you see people out there walking. You see
retired
people
people
out there retired with looking after their
young ones.
Their little young
so
ones
good for their
family,
health.
so the family can live.
And Kelvin, when I touched on the challenges in your job, actually, I would love to ask. Our area is growing very rapidly. We can see that. How will you manage housing, transport, and public spaces so that this growth feels manageable rather than a burden on the system?
So, look, one of the things that we are trying to do is to get Papakura moving. We are actually working with Auckland Transport to open up the Great South Road.
Okay.
There is a future transit network that's coming in the years to come, but in the meantime, we're trying to get our Great South Road opened up so that it's a double lane either side. So not a 1 lane, 2 lane, 3 lane, 1 lane, 2. So trying to get that confusion. So trying to get a lot more. Enable public transport to move down that corridor much easier. And that hopefully will bring the community, get the community moving a lot more. We are looking at spaces where developers have built houses that are close together and looking at what space they've left for us to put parks, so that we can put new parks. I know Carey Flats is certainly one.
Oh yes,
Kelvin Hieatt has a lovely park, but Carey Flats has nothing. So we are looking at those sorts of growth projects.
You know, people looking at the cheaper options when it comes to be very expensive in Flatbush area. They try to move into the Carey Flats, and unfortunately, you already mentioned about there's not much place for the recreation activities, which is quite,
So
negative.
That's what we're trying to find.
So I think this is about time we should talk about it. And Jane, when it comes to you, what practical steps you going to take to look at the accountability and the transparency where the council money is going to spend?
There are limitations about what a Papakura local board or any local board can do. Because we have the governing body, which of course is our councillors. And then we get a budget. And we have to very carefully work out where that budget is going to be spent. And we do not have a budget that is big enough, actually. And so it is very, very difficult. And so we look at everything that we've got and we try and work out what we can do for the best use of that money.
That's right.
And so, we can't be all things to all people. And that's the sad thing. So one person will absolutely love a proposal that we've got, and the person sitting next to them absolutely hates it. So it's very much
this is democratic practice anyway.
It's a balancing
It's
act,
about finding a balance.
Always.
It really is.
But a lot of our work is actually taking on board what people are telling us, what they want,
of course,
and trying to put it into practice and advocating for them, because that's probably a huge chunk of our job, is actually advocating for the community.
How do you motivate our people, especially the migrant communities? Please cast their vote.
Okay, so good point. It's regularly interacting with those communities, and by doing that, hopefully they're getting to know us. And many in your community do know us.
And at least they should have their say. Looking at the future policies and the different demography of
Exactly.
the Maki Makoro.
Yes.
Often it's trying to find the leaders within those communities
Mhm.
who can then pass on information about
Yep.
local boards
Yep.
and what local boards can do as opposed to central government, because people do get confused the difference between
course.
local government and central
They don't
government.
even know the partnership actually taking place between the federal government and the local government. I
Yes.
think you
Yes.
guys, while you are here, let's make sure that you interact with the people in coming days and tell them more about how the system works, so that they should know the clear thin line between the federal and local government, and the importance of casting their vote
Yeah.
even for the local government, not only for the federal government elections.
Yeah, well,
That's right.
the federal or central government
Yep.
elections, they get about an 80% voter turnout.
Yes.
Where local government
Yep.
council gets around 30%.
Sometimes even
and it's
22.
less.
Otara Papatoetoe.
Yep.
Not even
Yeah.
30%.
Yeah,
And the
exactly.
thing is, if you don't use your vote,
Yep.
you can't complain when things don't get done.
Exactly, because you were not part of
And
the system.
that's why it's so important for people to vote.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Any upcoming promises, projects you've been thinking back of your mind while we are sitting here? Papakura Action Team is a very, very strong team. I can see Daniel Newman, my friend, Manariva Papakura Ward, and also in Very Licensing Trust, and also
Yes.
Matt Vinata.
Matt Winiata.
They always
tireless worker for the
yes,
community.
yes. George, Kelvin,
Yep.
Felicity,
Yep.
Brent, Jen, and Andrew.
And Andrew, yes.
Very, very strong team, and very vibrant team, I can see.
Yep.
So as a team and as a collective efforts for the community, what is in your mind for the upcoming projects, or maybe in the future?
One of the things we're looking forward to is safety.
Okay.
So, for instance, we just mentioned Great South Road. So
Yes.
getting rid of those cycle lanes that are very rarely used because they are so unsafe, but getting those cycle lanes put on what's now the pavement, so you have a shared pathway for cyclists and pedestrians.
Okay.
And then they're safe. And safety is such an important thing.
So some of the work we're doing currently in the board area, and in reference to what we call our work program, the Takanini Hall has been out of action for nearly 2 years. Both myself and Jan attended the fire incident, which was a electrical problem, not a vandalism problem, thankfully.
Okay.
And we have been pushing to get a decision made on that. And we're expecting a briefing very soon to be able to make a decision.
Okay.
And then from there, hopefully, we can see a community asset brought back into community use. It will still be a little bit of time before that happens, but that's one of our things.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to wait for advisors to give us the advice on what can be done with the hall before we can make a decision.
Okay.
Secondly, our main game is there's two major planks that Action has. One is to keep the rates down as low as possible.
Yes, I can see that. And lowest rate increases.
Yeah, and
no new regional targeted rates.
No.
Yeah.
Those targeted rates, there's currently a climate change targeted rates, which goes on to cycle lanes and paths and that sort of thing.
Yep.
And it's already there, but we don't want any extras.
Yes.
And then thirdly, we want to retain the rubbish collection as a weekly service.
Yes.
So that you as a family, whether you're a family of 4, 5, 6, 7, a household, or a couple in a house, you have the option to choose what would you like.
Exactly.
If you want a bigger bin, smaller bin, you get that choice.
Yep.
If you only want to put your bin out every 2 or 3 weeks, that's great. But what you don't want to see as a smaller household is the visual pollution of the dumping. So everybody needs to have that choice.
Even in the middle of the term, I had this conversation with Daniel, actually.
Yeah.
He was the one, actually, who was actually advocating the same issue while he was sitting in the council, because I'm in ethnic advisory with the council.
Oh, good.
So I could hear him, what he's saying. And I think most of the residents in South Auckland, they are behind him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is good to see the real support for the people and representing them truly in the council.
Yes.
This is great.
Our fear is if we ended up with fortnightly rubbish collection in those big families, what do they do with the excess?
Yes.
And that's when we're so concerned that it might end up being dumped in our parks, reserves, by the side of the road.
Of course, this is, you can see that.
And the smell. Can you imagine the smell?
Yeah, particularly
in
food.
the middle of summer.
Yes.
What your rubbish bin's going to smell like for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just,
And with the smaller families, that's where I see their issue is the visual pollution to their society, to their communities.
Yes.
So yes, we sort of most of the talk is around the bigger families, but I think people forget.
Wonderful.
Smaller families have visitors that come to visit for the weekend, and then all of a sudden, they've got to wait 2 weeks.
Yep.
So having the option of keeping it weekly is our strongest plank within this campaign.
I would love to remind my people that election day is Saturday, 11th of October, 2025. Voting ends at 12 p.m. Please, as soon as you get your voting paper, vote for every action candidate. They're sitting with me, Jane and Kelvin, and return it in the sealed self-addressed envelope. This is from their pamphlet, and this is the team, and two of them actually sitting with me in the studio. And thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say to the wider community?
as far as the voting goes, it's a good idea if instead of putting your vote back in the post, which might not arrive on time, go to your local library.
Of course.
And there'll be a box in your local library and in some supermarkets where they can
really
put their vote in.
Countdown Waiata Shores has a big box just inside the gates.
And we are thankful.
And you
at
can
least
put it in there.
We have that facility now.
It makes it much easier for people.
Exactly. Let's see how many people actually voting this time.
Yeah.
I hope this will be more than 50% if looking at the overall picture.
We do.
And wishing you all the best. And to the other team members of Papakura Action Team. And I wish to talk to you again.
Yes.
Once you've been...
well, let's hope once we're re-elected.
Exactly, sitting on the hot chair.
We'll come back
and I'll interview you again.
Answer the questions.
And reminding you all the promises.
And thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you. All the best. ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਦੋਸਤੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੇਨ ਤੇ ਕੈਲਵਨ ਇਸ ਵਕਤ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੋਏ ਮੈਂ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਾ ਦਿਆਂ ਕਿ ਡੈਨੀਅਲ ਤੇ ਮੈਟ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਅਕਸਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਇਵੈਂਟਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਮਾਰਸ਼ਲ ਵਾਲੀਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਸਨ ਮਨਜੀਤ ਸੰਧੂ ਹੇਸਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਸਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਵਧਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਸਪਾਈਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੈਂਡੀਡੇਟਸ ਨੇ ਪਾਪਕੋਰਾ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਟੀਮ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਟੈਸਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਟੱਕਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਪਕੋਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਾਰਡ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲੋਕਲ ਬੋਰਡ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਦੇ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੰਟੈਸਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜੇਨ ਹੁਣੀ ਪਿਛਲੇ 2 ਵਾਰ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜੇਤੂ ਠਹਿਰੇ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੈਲਵਨ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਟੀਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਲੰਮੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਵਾਈਡਰ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਆਈਦਰ ਰੀਕ੍ਰੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀਜ਼ ਚਾਹੇ ਰਿਲੀਜੀਅਸ ਕੰਗਰੀਗੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਜ਼ਦੀਕ ਆ ਗਏ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨਵੈਲਪਸ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਏ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਮੇਕ ਸ਼ੋਰ ਯੂ ਕਾਸਟ ਯੂਰ ਵੋਟ ਟੂ ਹੈਵ ਯੂਰ ਸੇ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ Thank you.
Thank you. Shukriya.
Shukriya. ਦੋਸਤੋ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ